So let's start with the first step, that is downloading Python. So the first tool that we need is Python. Python is the main programming language used in most of the AI and machine learning work. There are various libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Scikit-learn, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Jupyter, and many data science tools that are built around Python. So how do we install this Python? So first of all, you open your browser and you search Python in Google. The first link that pops up, you click this. After that, you hover your cursor on downloads and you will get this. Over here, view the full list of downloads. You once click this. And over here, you see all the active Python releases. And my suggestion is you download the Python 3.12 version. Reason being that 3.12 is under maintenance only. So basically, there are only security patches that are being released. But the later versions like 3.13, 14, 15, and 16, 15 and 16 is pre-release and 3.16 is feature release. But 3.13 and 3.14 are under the bug fix stage. So I would not suggest any version which are still which releasing bug fixes. So the only version that I would suggest for our work is 3.12. So how do we download this 3.12 version? So you go up, go back to downloads, and over there you click, if you are Windows, if you have Windows laptop, you click Windows, and if you have Mac OS, you click Mac OS. So since my laptop is Windows laptop, I'll click over here. Then I will scroll down, see the latest version, the stable releases 3.1, 3.14, but we want 3.12. So we scroll down and scroll down till we find the 3.12 version. 3.12, yeah, over here, 3.12. So now we download this version. So for downloading, you click this Windows installer 64-bit and you can see the download is happening over here. Now you click over this. Now, the most important part is you click this add python.exe to path. Okay. And then you click install now. You click disable. You click disable long path and then setup was successful. Close it. Now, once installation is complete, we will check whether Python is installed correctly. So how do we do that? Now we open PowerShell. So Windows R and enter PowerShell, or you can also search over here PowerShell. And here now you type in Python version. Once you enter this, you will see 3.12.10, exactly this release that we wanted. Now we also check pip version, and why we are doing this. Pip is Python's package installer. So basically, whatever libraries or dependencies that you want for your projects, or for your for any projects, you must have pip upgraded. So basically, pip can install libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Scikit-learn. So if both pip and Python show their versions, this means that our Python install is complete and is successful. Now we are going to install Miniconda. But you may ask, if we already installed Python, why do we need Miniconda? And that is actually a good question. So basically, whenever we use the Python programming language, and especially for AI and ML, they need many libraries, and different projects may need different versions of these libraries. So how do we resolve that? So you may say that, we can create virtual environment. Yes, you can create virtual environment, but the problem is with the conflicting versions of the libraries. So how do we manage that? So if we download this Miniconda, this is an environment manager. Okay, it allows us to create separate clean environments for different projects. So basically, instead of mixing everything in one place, we can create one environment for basic machine learning, another for let's say deep learning, and another one for, let's say, RAG or AI agents. So what this Miniconda does is it keeps our laptop clean and avoids many dependency conflicts. So how do we download this? So first, you go back to your browser, you type in Miniconda download. Over here, you click Miniconda. At the top, you see download. So they ask for registration, but you can skip registration. Now over here, for Windows, you can click directly over here. We want Miniconda. So we click over here. Now the download happens. Once you are done with this, we open this setup file. We click next. I agree. Just me. Keep everything the same. Next, getting started with Conda. Welcome to Anaconda. So we have downloaded. Now, once the installation of a Miniconda is completed, we will create a clean environment for all our AI/ML learning. So for that, you need to search for Anaconda prompt. So now, once you click this, for the first time, you have to accept all the terms of the service. So over here, you paste this. Don't worry, I'll paste this in your comment section. So once you enter this, so basically all the terms of service for Miniconda are accepted. So now we create the environment. So basically this means we are creating a separate Python environment only for our AI and ML work. So how to create this? So we will try name this as Conda create. So basically we are asking Conda to create. Now after this n, you can type in whatever name you want for your environment. So I'll put in AIML. Okay. And then Python, since we have to mention the version of Python that we are using, once you hit enter, Miniconda creates the virtual environment, basically the environment for your AIML learning. So it is downloading all the libraries, dependencies that are required. So basically it has downloaded all the libraries that are required and their dependencies. Now the environment is created. But how do we activate this? So we tell Conda activate AIML. That's it. Once you hit enter over here, you can see that this base is changed to AI and ML. Now let us check the Python version inside this. Python version, it is 3.12.13. It's fine. Now after activating our environment, we must download the libraries required for our project. We will use pip. So before using pip for installing the libraries, we must always upgrade the pip. We must always upgrade the pip. Okay. Now since the pip has been upgraded, now we will install NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn, Jupyter Lab. So we are installing NumPy for numerical computing. Pandas is for tabular data. Matplotlib is for visualization. Scikit-learn is for machine learning. Jupyter Lab and Notebook. These are tools to start our coding lessons, basically. Once we enter this, pip the Miniconda will install all the libraries. Okay, now we will not just assume everything is working. So basically, we will test it. So So first we will open Jupyter Notebook. So this opens a window inside your browser. Now you click New and Python 3 IPy kernel. Over here, over here, I will type a code. So basically, I already have this code to test whether all these libraries are properly installed and whether they are working all right. So yes, everything looks fine. There is no error. So basically, we are importing the libraries NumPy, Pandas, and Scikit-learn, and it did not show any error, which means the install were done perfectly. Now that Python and Miniconda are ready, the next tool that we need is VS Code. So VS Code actually stands for Visual Studio Code. So this is the editor that we will require to write Python codes, open project folders, run notebooks, and build our AI and machine learning projects. So for that, first we open our browser and we type in VS Code download. Okay, so we click the first link. Over here, we download, for Windows, we download this user installer. We wait for the exe file to download. Okay, so the exe file has installed. Now we'll open this. Click I accept. So this is the download path. Next. Okay, we need to check all this. Add open with code. And then install. Now you can sign in with your GitHub or your Google. So I'd prefer GitHub. Using my GitHub. Now, we'll open PowerShell. Inside our username, we'll create a folder called as. So we are making a folder. Now, so once the folder is created, we'll again open Anaconda prompt. Over here, we'll change the directory to, basically we are inside this folder. Now we'll activate our environment. And our environment name was AIML. So we'll activate this. So now you can see that it is changed to AIML. Now we'll open VS Code within this folder. As you can see here, it is inside this folder, AIML journey. Now, but our work is not complete. So to configure it properly, we need to download a few extensions for Python and AIML work. So for that, we need to download a few extensions. So the first one being Python. The first one is Python. Then you need to install this. Next, you need to download Pylance. So Python extension. After that, Pylance, which gives smart suggestions, autocomplete, and error hints. Over here, you need to download Pylance. So Pylance is also downloaded. Now, you need to download Jupyter. So this is the notebook. This is also downloaded. Next, we need to download Rough. So this helps us find out basic code issues if we have any. And the last one being black formatter. Black formatter. This helps us format the codes properly. Now, once this is done, we get back to the Explorer. We close this. So I've signed in. Now, once all the extensions are downloaded, we are back into the Explorer. Now, you need to press Ctrl Shift P. Over here, you type in Python select interpreter, the first one. Over here, you need to select the environment that we have created. So basically the Conda environment. So over here, you can see AIML. So you select this one. Now, our VS Code is connected to the environment. So basically, if we select the wrong interpreter, VS Code may not detect NumPy, Pandas, basically all the libraries that we had downloaded. So always make sure VS Code is using the same environment where we installed our AIML libraries. So now let's test whether it's working fine. So to create a new file, we click this. I'll write this as test underscore setup dot py. So py is an extension for Python. Now over here, I'll write the same code, import p import underscore pd import scikit-learn print my pd dot data frame. Do not worry about the code yet, but basically what we are doing is just checking whether all the libraries are working perfectly fine. Okay, once we have entered our code, we will open the terminal. To do that, we'll click this terminal and new terminal. Now we'll run this code. So basically Python test underscore setup dot py. So yes, our Python setup in our VS Code is completed. Now let's test Jupyter inside the VS Code. So how to do that? Again, we'll create a new file. Let's say ynb. We have created a notebook inside VS Code. So usually at the right top corner of this notebook, you'll find select kernel. So over here, you once you click select kernel, you should select AIML, the one that we created inside the Conda. So once you have selected AIML, again, you can select the same code. You click this add code cell, and once you paste it over here, and then to execute the code, you need to press shift and enter. So yes, Jupyter is also working inside VS Code now. So now our VS Code setup is complete. VS Code is installed. The AIML folder is opened. The required extensions are installed. The correct AIML interpreter is selected. Python files are running. Jupyter notebook is working. From this point, our laptop is ready to start AI and ML coding. Thank you.